Ever felt the primal urge to hurl something sharp with pinpoint accuracy? If your mind immediately conjures images of bearded hipsters in flannel shirts, axes whizzing through the air towards a wooden target, then you're probably thinking of axe throwing. Axe throwing, in its modern recreational form, is about as practical for survival as a unicycle in a desert. It's fun, sure, a great way to blow off steam and maybe impress a date, but it probably won't save your ass if needed to fight for it. No, for true wilderness expertise, for that edge of self-reliance that separates the prepared from the perilously unprepared, we need to talk about something far more ancient, far more subtle, and infinitely more badass: instinctive knife throwing. Forget the carnival tricks and the fixed distance rotations. We're diving deep into a skill that, when mastered, becomes an extension of your very will, a silent, swift solution in a world that often demands one. The art of the instinctive throw. Beyond the spin, what exactly is instinctive knife throwing? Imagine a dart player, but instead of a precisely weighted dart and a fixed distance, they're using a knife, and the target could be anywhere, at any range. Instinctive throwing is about developing a natural feel for the throw, where your body intuitively adjusts for distance and trajectory without conscious calculation. It's less about rigid mechanics and more about fluid motion and becoming one with your blade. Central to this philosophy is the concept of no-spin throwing. Unlike the half-spin or full-spin techniques often seen in sport throwing, where the knife rotates predictably in flight, no-spin ensures the blade travels point first, every single time. This is achieved through a specific grip and release that eliminates rotational momentum. Why is this crucial? Because in a real-world scenario, you don't have the luxury of measuring out your steps or adjusting your grip for a perfect half-spin. You need a consistent, reliable impact, whether your target is 5 feet away or 15. The no-spin method offers unparalleled predictability and penetration, making it the technique of choice for those who view knife throwing as more than just a hobby. Think of it as the difference between a carefully choreographed dance and a spontaneous, life-saving maneuver. One is for show, the other is for survival. Masters of instinctive no-spin, like the legendary Ralph Thorne, have dedicated their lives to refining these techniques, understanding that the true power of a thrown knife lies not in its theatrical flair, but in its unwavering effectiveness. Axe versus knife. Why one is a party trick and the other is a primal skill? For some, axe throwing is a fun recreational activity. An activity out with friends, enjoying some friendly competition, and perhaps even release a little pent-up aggression. The axes are often blunted, the distances are fixed, and the environment is controlled. It's a sport, a game, and again for some, enjoyable. But when we talk about practicality, about skills that could genuinely make a difference in a survival or combative situation, axe throwing quickly falls short. The sheer size and weight of an axe make it cumbersome to carry as a primary weapon, and its rotational nature in flight demands precise distance calibration for a successful stick. In a dynamic, unpredictable environment, relying on an axe throw for self-defense or hunting would be a gamble at best. Knife throwing, particularly the instinctive and no-spin varieties, operates on an entirely different plane. A well-designed throwing knife is compact, easily concealable, and can be deployed rapidly. The no-spin technique, as discussed, removes the critical distance dependency, allowing for consistent, blade-first impacts from varying ranges. This makes it a far more adaptable and reliable tool in scenarios where every second and every ounce of precision counts. Imagine a scenario: you're deep in the wilderness, and a sudden threat emerges. Do you want to be fumbling with a heavy axe, hoping to hit a sweet spot for a clean rotation? Or would you prefer the silent, swift precision of a knife, thrown instinctively, knowing it will find its mark and deliver a debilitating blow? The answer, for anyone serious about preparedness, is clear. From battlefield to backcountry, the unseen power of a thrown blade. The idea of throwing knives in combat might seem like something out of a Hollywood movie, but historically, and even in certain specialized modern contexts, it holds a surprising degree of utility. While it's true that the advent of firearms has relegated thrown weapons from the front lines of conventional warfare, the principles of tactical knife throwing remain relevant in specific, often overlooked, scenarios. Consider its application as a distraction or incapacitation tool. In a stealth scenario, a well-aimed thrown knife can silently eliminate a threat or serve as a quick distraction, pulling attention away from the main objective. It's not always about a lethal blow. Sometimes, it's about creating an opening, buying precious seconds, or forcing an opponent to react in a predictable way. The psychological impact of a knife suddenly appearing from the shadows, pinning a sleeve or striking a nearby object, can be enough to disrupt an enemy's focus and create a tactical advantage. In survival situations far from the battlefield, the thrown knife becomes a crucial tool with a different but equally important purpose. Imagine being lost in the wilderness, without a firearm, and needing to procure small game for sustenance. A well-practiced knife throw can be a silent and effective hunting method, conserving precious ammunition or energy. It can also serve as a last-ditch self-defense tool against animal threats, or even in a desperate encounter with another human, where the element of surprise in a swift, silent strike could mean the difference between life and death. Though not a frontline weapon in today's armed forces, the art of knife throwing persists within elite military circles. For special operations and reconnaissance teams, the no-spin, instinctive method remains a vital, highly adaptable skill in unpredictable, high-stakes situations. Embrace the adventure. Your journey into instinctive throwing. So, while axe throwing might be the life of the party, instinctive knife throwing is the quiet, capable companion you want by your side when the party's over and the real adventure begins. It's a skill that transcends mere sport, delving into the realms of self-reliance, precision, and primal instinct. It's about understanding the physics of motion, the balance of a blade, and the unwavering focus required to send steel flying true. Learning instinctive knife throwing isn't just about hitting a target, it's about honing your senses, developing a deeper connection with your tools, and cultivating a quiet confidence that comes from mastering a truly practical and ancient art. It's an adventurous pursuit that promises not just entertainment, but a tangible enhancement of your survival toolkit. So, the next time you're looking for a new skill to conquer, consider stepping away from the crowded axe-throwing lanes and venturing into the silent, precise world of instinctive knife throwing. Your inner adventurer will thank you.